Good evening. Tonight, I would like to share my knowledge with all of you of how to become self-motivated. I feel quite uncomfortable saying this, but I am motivated. My name is Kyra. I play the harp and the piano. My favorite sports are running cross country and track. I'm an honor student, I'm on the student council, and I speak fluent German. Aber bitte, fragen Sie mich nicht etwas in Deutsch zu sagen. In case any of you didn't quite get that, translated in English, this means, but please don't ask me to say anything in German. When I have free time, I like to spend it with friends and family, as well as babysit. But don't worry, I'm Red Cross certified. People think that it's weird how I'm happy in school, but truth be told, I sincerely enjoy the whole atmosphere of school and learning. I have some pretty big dreams to achieve when I'm older. Some examples of my aspirations are getting into almost all AP classes, acing my SATs, getting into an Ivy League school, getting a doctorate degree, and most importantly, to continue my learning all throughout my life. I am what I consider to be a potluck dinner. I have some good parts, and I have some quirky, but mostly good. This question has haunted me for the past year or so. Without motivation to do anything, what is life? I mean, why do we even get up in the morning? Because we are motivated to do whatever it is we feel compelled to tackle. Whether it be because we have a nail appointment or a test to take, or we just don't want to miss a meeting. We are still going because there is some kind of pull to the task, to the day, and to life. My role here tonight is to show all of you how we can summon the motivation to get onto the path that leads to a successful life. Based off of my research and observations, I've come up with a few steps called Kyra Gunther's Instruction Guide to Self-Motivation. First, we must set up a stable and safe environment for ourselves in order to feel more at ease. I do this by listening to classical and spa music on my iPhone. And doing this really brings me back down to earth, and it helps me focus on things other than my home life, like my dreams and aspirations. After we find the peace and stability we need, we can focus on things other than just what is going on in this moment. Next, we must be role models, both for ourselves and for others. My favorite way of doing this is by babysitting. I know it sounds a little strange, but when I babysit, I really feel inspired to set the best example that I possibly can. Research has even shown that when you are closer in age to the child, you will feel, and the child will feel, like they are looking up to you more than they're looking up to their parents. I was quite shocked when I found this out. Apparently, I also set a good example because whenever my friends have issues, they tend to come to me for advice. And not to brag, but whenever I have a homework assignment, I always finish it, even if it means getting up at 4:30. Sorry, Mom. Thirdly, we must learn to accept and be more comfortable with who we are. I do this by dancing at bat mitzvahs, like no one is watching. That's what people say. Sorry. In addition, well, actually, I warned you it was pretty bad. But additionally, we need to figure out why our lives matter. And we also need to make sure that other people feel the same way. Next, we need to be open-minded. We need to just start accepting people for who they are, instead of worrying about how our lives are different from theirs and how they might be better and our lives might be worse. We should just grow and learn from them and their experiences. Finally, we need to expose ourselves to role models. I have my parents to look up to, and both of them have succeeded, but in completely different fields. On one hand, there's my mom. She is so smart, and she is the data and analytical type of person. On the other hand, there's my dad, who is very creative. He paints Jackson Pollock style, and he was the PTO president of Lincoln Hubbard. And I mean, they both raised me, so they must have been successful. After we expose ourselves to people who've succeeded, we will feel like we should follow their example, and that whatever we do should follow in their footsteps, which is a good thing, because if we follow in their footsteps, we will also lead a successful life. But my steps may be completely different from what motivates you, or you, or you, or you. You see, I may be motivated to get good grades so it will help my college resume, but Joe Schmo over here may be motivated to get good grades because otherwise he'll get his phone taken away. I can't even imagine it. On a more serious note, we can stay motivated, but we need to have a positive outlook on life and be accepting of ourselves. I've had the privilege of communicating with Michelle Sagar, an expert in the field of motivation and decision-making. In communication with her, she stated that I have been motivated to learn by my desire to know things, grow, and be creative. Her way of thinking should be, and hopefully is, in everyone's minds everywhere. In conclusion, the building blocks of our lives are built off of our self-motivation. The motivation we have to be the best that we can be is what pulls us to do what we love and to live our lives to their fullest. Motivation is sewed into every aspect of our lives, from the basics to our boundless dreams. My final words of wisdom are: work hard, dream big, be open-minded, be happy, and most importantly, be kind. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your evening.